3 very different price points, all of them Scottsdale, Arizona, right now in 2026. If you're looking or thinking about buying a home in Scottsdale, and if you're trying to figure out whether your budget even works here, then this video is going to answer all the questions that you've been Googling. And one of the most common things that I hear from people considering a move to Scottsdale is I really have no idea what my money actually gets there. So this video is really going to dive into that. Now, we're going to find out what you can get in the $500,000 range, the $700,000 range, and then up to about $1 million. We will be doing another video going over $1 million soon. But what does each of those budgets actually buy in Scottsdale right now? We're talking about the different neighborhoods, we'll look at the different sizes, and I'm also going to tell you exactly what this neighborhood house price range is for the type of buyer that you might be. Now, I'm BRONSKY. I'm a Scottsdale real estate agent, and this channel is all about helping you figure out whether Scottsdale is the right move for you and how to do it well if it actually is. Now, before we get into the homes, I want to give you a little context because I think it will make the numbers make a little bit more sense. So Scottsdale's median home price at the time of recording this in June 2026, and this includes condos and townhomes, is roughly about $870,000 now. And depending on what part of Scottsdale you're looking in, whether you're in North Scottsdale, it's going to be generally higher. If you're in South Scottsdale, it's going to be generally lower. And then there's a spread of areas in between. Now, the other thing worth knowing is that Scottsdale is not just one neighborhood. It is a large, diverse city that stretches from South Scottsdale near Tempe all the way up to the McDowell Mountains. And what $500,000 buys you in one part of Scottsdale can look completely different from what it buys you in another. You will see this in this video. Now, as I walk you through these price ranges, I'm going to show you what the homes look like right from my MLS site. I'm also going to explain where they're located, what neighborhoods they are, and what they're near. So let's get into it with the $500,000 and below range. At $500,000 in Scottsdale, you're primarily looking at most of your inventory in the South Scottsdale area if you want a single family home. And I want to be real with you about what that means. So South Scottsdale gets a bit of an unfair reputation sometimes, but it's genuinely an interesting area, especially for buyers that want to be close to Old Town, the restaurant scene, and just have that energy of the city without paying higher prices. Now, in Scottsdale, $500,000 is your entry point. And where you land in the city at that price for a single family home matters just as much than the home itself. So let's get into it.
Down here is Old Town Scottsdale. We actually only have 6 results. There are 6 homes down here in Old Town Scottsdale, and then there are a few properties up in the far north Scottsdale. This is the part of Scottsdale where they have some of the water concerns because a lot of homes out here are not on city water. They're either on hauled water or they are on wells. So let's just see which properties come up here. All right, so we've got 85257. So this is the south part of zip code Scottsdale. It's near Tempe, and we look at this home, which is on McKellips Road. So this is kind of a little bit of a main road home down there, but you get a home with nice renovations, covered parking. It is 1,000 square feet, 3 beds, 2 baths in the Papago area, right next to Tempe. There's another one here on 71st, which is an older home, not great pictures, but this property is a 1,300 square foot 2-bed. And then there's another 479 older home, same area. Now this one looks like it might need some renovations. Has some concrete floors. Yeah, those are pretty original cabinets there. That house is a 1,477 square foot. And then let's see what's up there in North Scottsdale. Okay, so we have looks like a new build in North Scottsdale on an acre of land, 1637 square feet. This is in the Rio Verde area, and let's see what they say about water. Yeah, so you have hauled water out this way, and you're going to be on septic. Now, hauled water is not the worst, and if you are looking to live in a really remote area with beautiful mountain views in a new home, this is something that could work if you want to be out in the desert area of Scottsdale. We've got another one here on Dixoletta up there. Looks like it was a newer build as well. And there's a lot of dirt roads up in this area as well. So that's also on an acre, 1639 square feet. And let's see, who's the builder on this? Morgan Taylor is selling it. It's Morgan Taylor Homes, yes. Now, if we go back to our search and we include townhomes, patio homes, apartments, we will probably get a lot more inventory, yes. So now we have about 500 homes that are on the market here. And the way I'm going to whittle this down here is, if you need a 3-bedroom home, let's see what happens to the inventory when we go to a 3-bedroom home here. So there are 64 3-bedroom homes. So the majority of the 500 and under $1,000 range are going to be, most likely 2-bedroom townhomes. So we'll see what is 2-bedroom to 2-bedroom offers us about 300, the majority there. So let's take a look at what some of these 3-bedroom properties that live like a home, that have a garage, are going to offer us. So a 3-bed with a garage, we have only about 16 homes on the market in Scottsdale. If we take a look at what's available there, they're in all different areas. So you have one at the Plaza Residences, which is a really nice community right next to Kierland. And they must have a detached garage there. You have another townhome down in the Old Town area. Again, that probably is a detached garage. Let's see, what else do we have? There is a condo in the Raintree area. This is right off the 101. This is close to McDowell Mountain Ranch. Now, this is a 3-2, 1,400 square feet, and it has a 1-car garage. You get some nice amenities here. And let's see, there's about 16. So what else do we got here? A Scottsdale Shadows condo. This is a tall building in South Scottsdale. And so you're going to have a garage in the basement there. So that is the map of where you're able to get $500,000 properties. You're looking more at a townhome if you want to get a garage. If you don't want or don't need a garage and you're looking for a 2-bedroom, there's way more selections in the area. But you're going to find a majority from South Scottsdale as our prices start lower down here and then head up here. And then, of course, as we mentioned, there are some opportunities for newer homes up in this North Scottsdale area on the border of Rio Verde.
So as you can see, there are options in the $500,000 range. The typical buyer in this price range is most likely a single professional, a young couple, a snowbird couple, or someone who's relocating that wants to test the market before buying, or maybe an investor who sees the long-term value. And in my opinion, buying anything in Scottsdale now under $500,000 is going to be a smart move. Now, let's see what happens when we add about $200,000 to $300,000 to that budget. We're gonna move into the $700,000 range, and I call this the sweet spot in the Scottsdale market. At this price point, your options really do open up significantly. You're looking at established and desirable neighborhoods like McDowell Mountain Ranch, the Magic Zip Code area. You can get into the central Scottsdale communities, as well as the Old Town area that's closer to the happening parts of Old Town and not really South Scottsdale, but more Old Town. They're gonna have great schools, mature landscaping, and the kind of neighborhood feel that people specifically move to Scottsdale for. So with that, let's get into it.
We have 376 options between 525 to 800. Now, that is without including any different type of property style. When we look at what is single family homes, that's going to take us to 189 properties. Now, when we start to build this out, if we're looking for a 3-bedroom home, which usually if somebody wants a single family, that's about where they're ready to start. And usually you want at least 2 bathrooms in that home. So that brings us to about 171. Now, we would love a pool usually when we're relocating, and if we're going to be in Scottsdale. You could see that took us from 117 properties to 66. Now, if I go to the no pool option, we have 105. So there's actually more homes under 800 without pools than there are with pools, and that can kind of show you the difference in what you're paying for the house at that point. Now, for this video, let's focus on homes that do have pools. And we also want to look at homes that are going to have at least a 1-car garage. So that's going to bring us down to about 43 homes. Now, if you don't want a pool, then you're going to have a lot more options. If you are open to maybe just a covered spot instead of a 1-car garage, that's also going to give you some more options as well. We're looking at 150 properties. But let me take you through the ideal home. That are you able to get that between 500 and 825? So we'll put the garage back in there, we'll have the pool back in there, and we'll see what's available. Now, looking here at the map, let me zoom out for just a minute. So yes, of course, we're going to get those properties that are up in the Rio Verde area. But as you can see, there's nothing in this North Scottsdale area. You should be able to maybe get something over here in the McDowell Mountain Ranch area. Let's scroll in a bit and see what we can get in McDowell Mountain Ranch. So here is 750,000 in McDowell Mountain Ranch. Looks like a nicely renovated property. It's got plantation shutters. Nicely renovated backyard. I'm assuming this is probably going to be maybe between, about 1478 square feet. So this is a very nice, modest home, good for a snowbird, good for a couple or empty nesters that don't want to worry about taking care of a giant home anymore and want to be in a really good centrally located area. You're looking at getting into McDowell Mountain Ranch, renovated for about $750. This home not renovated would probably be closer to maybe about $650. If we scroll back up though, if we're wanting to stay under 600, now this is where you could get something again in the South Scottsdale area, which is 85257. And there's some options down here. So these are going to be the bigger homes down in the Scottsdale area that are going to be either larger or have some renovation. So here's one for 639. This one looks like it has been renovated. Yep. Now, a lot of times when they do a lot of these renovations, these homes are built in the 50s and the 60s. So there's new roofs, there's new ACs, the windows have usually been replaced. And those are the things that you want to look for, obviously, besides just the aesthetics. Now, if we continue up a little bit in price, we will get to here's a more centrally located Old Town address. Scottsdale Estates is a very popular area. I'll show you where this one is on the map. So it is just a little bit further, like not on Scottsdale Road, but just out of it. So this is the area. They're very nice neighbors, people that have been living there for a while. A lot of homes are getting redone. You might see a new construction home pop up here and there. And so this property on Rancho Vista in Scottsdale Estates, it's about 1,400 square feet. It says this is a rental property for $675. So let's see, this one has at some point redone the floors. They've redone the kitchen. The windows look replaced to me. Not a brand new remodel, but has been updated through the years and has a pool. Another option in this $675 range is where you're going to start to see a lot of homes in the 85254 area, probably smaller. They're probably going to be about 1,600. So here's a 1,300 square foot home in Covey. So this is on a large size lot, which is what a lot of 85254 offers you. Let's see, this one is about $699 on Beck Lane. It's been remodeled. Nice, luscious, mature landscaping. And also another one for $700 over in the central Scottsdale, just south of McDowell Mountain Ranch. This is probably about Camelot Ranch, which is a nice community over there, is where you could get a nice 2-story, 1,700 square feet, 3 beds, 3 baths on a cul-de-sac. This home might have some larger houses that are popping up into the million. And if we push up into the 7, or let's head to 8. We looked at some 750, but as you can see, here's another one at 730 in the Scottsdale Estates area, close to Old Town. These Scottsdale Estates neighborhoods are pretty similar to the 8524 neighborhoods. You're just not in Old Town. This is a nicely renovated property. And the square footage on this one is 1,700 square feet. So with this, it's, you know, with the pool option and getting over 1,500 square feet, you're pushing up into the 750 mark. And you see there's a lot of 85254 area. And let's see, what can we get if we go up to 800? Again, a little bit more of the 85254 and the central Scottsdale 85260. Here is a McDowell Mountain Ranch option. McCormick Ranch option. This one is a cute 3-3 in McCormick Ranch, and it's been renovated at some point. Looks like they've redone the windows. A lot of the windows in the older homes were usually aluminum panel. These ones look dual pane to me. So what's great about McCormick Ranch is you get a lot of trees and green. Their homes are older, so a lot of the landscaping around has been growing for years and years. And this looks like a really decent option to be in McCormick Mountain Ranch. And then here is another property in 85254, 10,000 square foot lot, 2,000 square feet you're pushing into at 800. And this has been a renovated one on Karen Drive. Lovely home, 2,000 square feet in 85254. really great location, being able to walk to Kierland, etc. You're actually close to the new Paradise Valley Mall area right here, which is been renovated, and this whole area is up and coming in value and great location.
So as you can see, there are lots more options for especially single family homes in that $500,000 to $800,000 price range. And so who is buying those homes? Well, it's often going to be families that are relocating from higher cost cities who see the genuine value here. It's maybe the move-up buyers who started in South Scottsdale or started in a condo and now they're ready for more space. It's also some remote worker who has been living in maybe a smaller apartment somewhere and realizes that this budget can suddenly give them a real home. So if this $750,000 range is within your budget, this is where Scottsdale really starts to feel like everything that the brochure has promised. Then there's the $1 million budget, which might not buy you as much as you think it does, or it might buy you something even better. It really depends where you're coming from as well. Now, unfortunately, $1 million in Scottsdale is not really going to be more of a luxury home anymore. We've sort of stepped up our luxury price range, starting, I would say, maybe at like a 1.3. You might be able to get a luxury style home on a nice lot for $1 million, but you're definitely going to want to do some upgrades to it. It's just not the ultra luxury and is not the top of the market. So it's the beginning of entry to luxury, let's just say. Now that makes this budget genuinely exciting because you're crossing into a level of homes that feel different to the two price points that are below her that we've already discussed. So at the same time, you also need to understand that Scottsdale's luxury market goes well above $1 million. So what does $1 million actually get you? Well, let me show you.
You could see result-wise, we have 68. Now that is for 3 beds, 2 baths, no square footage, with a pool, and at least a 2-car garage within Scottsdale. Now the majority, again, are going to be down here in our South Scottsdale area or in this magic zip code area right over here. This is a great area in my opinion. And I also want to point out, looking on the map here, right here, this long line right here is Tatum Boulevard, which runs north and south, and it runs parallel to Scottsdale Road, which is right here. So as we grow, there are parts of this Phoenix area right here, which is all really great parts to live. In my opinion, it's very similar to living in parts of Scottsdale, and it's super close enough. There's only 5 miles between the 101 and the 51 freeway here, and everything in between here is great. But let's see what we can get starting. Maybe we'll start at 900, and we've got starting at 900. So we're down in South Scottsdale. This is probably going to be like a renovated 1,400 square foot house for 900. So a lot of investors have been taking those older homes that we saw that are $470 and turning them into $900,000. Now, here's one closer to Old Town, 85250. This one has a pool, nice backyard, older home, well taken care of, it looks like. And this property was 1,800 square foot, 3 beds, 2 baths, built in 69. If we move into the $900,000 range, this is where you're going to start to be able to get stuff that's going to be in the McDowell Mountain Ranch area. So here's a house, 2,000 square feet with a 3-car garage, that's a plus, and a pool in McDowell Mountain Ranch. My guess is it's most likely not a remodeled property, but maybe it has been remodeled at some point. So if we look at the home here, it looks like it has solar. Yeah, this one's been on the market for a little bit of time. This is a popular floor plan in McDowell Mountain Ranch. It has the open floor plan family room, and then in the front of the home, usually it has a formal living and dining right by the front door. Some homes in this area, this house could actually, with some renovations, sell for closer to $1 million. If we go over to our search bar over here. We'll get through some of the Kierland areas, but let's see what we're gonna get. Okay, so here's a home, probably, this is in Troon, nice home in Troon, 2,400 square feet, fully renovated, just on the market at $1 million. And this looks like a really decent property, been on for about 12 days. I'm sure it will go quick, but let's look at the photos. So they have done a very nice job on the interiors of this home. This actually looks like a home that my friend Lauren Rosen is selling. Let's see if I'm correct here. Yep, this is Lauren's listing. I saw it online. And what else do we got? Okay, so here's a property up in the North Scottsdale Terra Vita area. This is a great community if you want to meet people. Terra Vita has a country club. You're automatically in it. And there's also an 18-hole golf course. So this is a 1927 square foot home, 3 beds, 3 baths, and in a great North Scottsdale neighborhood for $949. May want to do a little bit of renovations to this, but these cookie cutter style homes are very easy to renovate. I would say you could renovate one of these for nicely for about $90,000, like doing tile on the walls and really nice finishes to it. Let's see what's at our top, our million. So if we go up to our $1 million home here on the market. Okay, so we're up again in North Scottsdale. So these are the bigger homes close to Carefree Highway. Let me show you where this is on a map. So this is Carefree Highway right here. It takes you across to Phoenix, Scottsdale, Dove Valley Ranch. This is this border right here. This is the Cave Creek area. Now, this house is probably going to have a decent size. Well, it's an 8,200 square foot lot, built in 2000. Good size family home up in the area. The schools are good up in this area as well. This home looks like it has been renovated at some point, which is very nice. And what else? Our $1 million home on the market is also up in that area. Same neighborhood on a larger size lot. This is a 12,000 square foot lot. The home is almost 4,000 square feet. And let's see, what do we have here? So you've got 3-car garage, 4,000 square feet. Good lot size, great family home. So you can buy a large family home up in North Scottsdale for under $1 million.
So as you can see in Scottsdale, $1 million isn't the top of the market, but it does feel like the beginning of something different. The $1 million buyer in Scottsdale is often somebody who is maybe an executive relocating for work or retirement coming from California, or a Washington family that's cashed out equity and discovered that their proceeds go a lot more further here, or a downsizing buyer that owned a beautiful home, 4,000 square feet and wants something a little bit more modest. The reaction I hear most from $1 million buyers moving from coastal cities is, we could not have imagined this quality of home for this price where we came from. So now that you've seen all 3 price points, the real question is, which one is right for you and right for your budget? So here's the honest framework that I use with my clients when we're having conversations like this. First, you need to think about, what does your daily life look like? Are you somebody who will be driving to Old Town for dinner 3 nights a week? In that case, proximity may matter more than square footage. A smaller home close to the action might serve you better than a larger home that's located farther away. Second, you need to think about, what is your long-term plan? Are you planting roots for 10 years? Or is this gonna be one of those 3 to 5 year homes while you figure out where life takes you? Now that can completely change depending on which home and which neighborhood makes the most sense. And third, I say this gently, but don't buy at the very top of your budget just because you can. I've worked with buyers to the $1 million because they fell in love with a home, and I've worked with buyers who purchase at $650,000 and have 0 regrets. The best home is the one that actually allows you to live your actual life, not simply the one that looks the best on Instagram. And if you're not sure which budget bracket is right for you, or you want to talk through specific numbers, something actually unlocks at your specific price point, that is what I am here for. Now, my contact information is in the description below, and I genuinely mean it when I say I'm happy to have that conversation, whether you're moving here in 3 months or 3 years. Let's bring it home. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me your budget and what matters most to you in a home. Is it size, location, outdoor space, schools, or everything else? I read every comment on my videos and I use your answers to help shape future videos. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the button. Next week, we're gonna go up in price. We're gonna uncover what you can get in the $1 to $2 million range, the $2 to $4 million range, and then the $4 million plus. That video goes live next Thursday. And the free Scottsdale relocation guide is also linked in the description below. It includes neighborhood breakdowns, cost of living information, and important questions to ask yourself before making a move to Scottsdale. I'm Caitlin BRONSKY. This is the Scottsdale relocation guide, and I will see you next week.